Hey y'all, let's do a get ready with me. Well, I answered some of the questions that I got in my I grew up in a cult part 2 video. Okay, one of the questions said, did y'all sacrifice animals? And girl, hell nah. Now I know a lot of things for you guys might have been like, girl, those other things were red flags, but I think sacrificing animals would have been an absolute red flag. Another question that I got said, have you been through curse breaking or deliverance? And to me, all the curse breaking I need and deliverance I need was following Christ and getting baptized in the Christian church. Baby, that was enough curse breaking for me. Someone asked, did you pray to Jesus and God, or did you pray to this medium? I never prayed to this medium. We always knew, we always prayed to God and to Jesus, which is why it was so confusing to me. Because you would think that in a cult, the person that is in charge is they're claiming to be the Messiah or they're claiming to be holy. Now the medium here, they said that they were not Jesus. They were not holy. They were just a vessel. So we always prayed to Jesus and God, never prayed to the mediums. Someone asked, did y'all read the Bible? Now, I don't remember us really reading the Bible as far as us as churchgoers. We didn't really read the Bible, but they did have the Bible there open and they would quote the Bible and use verses out of the Bible. But they always had a Bible open up in the altar. Now, was it some kind of different Bible? I honestly never checked. Someone said, was I a part of this church and another church as well, like Catholic or anything else? No, this was the only church I attended. Asked, could the medium predict the future? They couldn't so much predict the future, but they would say that spirit that was theirs was sent to pretty much warn people, and he would warn people ahead of time if something were to come. Predict the future? No. Someone also asked, did the medium perform miracles? He didn't perform miracles, but he did do healings. Now, he did have certain rituals and spiritual surgeries even that he would do if something was wrong with somebody in the church. He would heal them through the power of the spirit. A lot of people that claim that they were fully healed from diseases or even things that they needed surgery for, they claimed that they were healed after these spiritual surgeries that the medium would perform. Someone DM'd me and asked me if my family or this church still open. Is it still open? Do they still practice? And yes, they do. They are still open in California. They still practice, and the guide is still the same guide that was there when I was younger. And as far as the members, I'm not sure. I think a lot of the members that were there when I was there no longer attend, but the church is still very much open in their house, and they still have a whole group of new people that go. My DMs also asked me what this big stick comment was about. And this was something that during those deliverance desarrollos that I was talking about with my cousins and I, those sort of enlightenment sessions that they would try and get us to unlock those spiritual doors for ourselves. The guide would walk up and down. If you picture the staff that Moses had, the guide of the church would walk up and down as she was praying and chanting and stuff. And she would bang on the floor repeatedly up and down this little aisle of us. What the stick was specifically for, I couldn't tell you, but I believe she was trying to tap into something down there. She'll wake something up. But yes, clearly it traumatized more than one of us. Did you have any hesitation because of your previous religious experience? And I want to say I did. I was hesitant as far as I was wondering, what if none of it's real? What if it's just all a gimmick? What if none of it's real? But once I started attending that church back home, like I said, and I started getting more into the word and really actually praising and worshiping. We didn't grow up with those type of worship songs and praying and reading the Bible. So once I got more into church and started praising, and I truly felt the Holy Spirit for the first time. Keep in mind, I went to this church till I was 16, never felt a thing. I was just there doing my duty as a daughter that I had to go, never felt anything. But once I was in my church that I found and felt the Holy Spirit for the first time, I was like, this is real. Someone also left a comment and said, I know this is not what your TikTok is about, but could you interview other members? Now, I already warned my mama. I said, I will interview you if people ask me to. So I will definitely, if you guys want me to interview her or ask her a few questions or even on FaceTime, I will do that. As well as I do have a few cousins that have left that church, that cult, that no longer do it, that I'm willing to ask them if they want to be interviewed as well. I would do that for you guys. Was the guide of the church a medium as well? And she was just not, she wasn't the main person. She wasn't frequently tapping into that. From as far as I know, just like I told you guys that everybody has a helper spirit that's assigned to them and that's who they stick with. That's who they pretty much can receive in and out. From what I have heard, her spirit was death. Something about La Blanca Muerte. That was her. The medium, like That's So Raven, where it just hit him anywhere. He could tap into it anywhere. Yes, it didn't just have to be in the church. It could be at home. It could be at a restaurant. He would say like that he was seeing this, or this was speaking to him, or his helper spirit was there 24/7. Always, he could always hear him, see him, talk to him. Ask, how in the world did y'all not get cult vibes sooner? Some of that had to make you question. It always made me question. Since I was a child, I always wondered, how come there's so many good people in the world that truly follow Jesus and never get to experience him to this degree, but you're telling me we do every weekend? Also, I would always think to myself, how could this person be receiving Jesus but be acting how they're acting at home? Like it doesn't add up. I thought our church was different, but I never thought it was a cult, because I guess on TV I would see cults be like controlling or have these super strict rules, and you know, the leader, like the guide, the medium, they were claiming to be the Messiah and the Holy One, and they never claimed to be Jesus themselves. So I didn't see it as that cult controlling vibe. Now, we were free to talk to whoever, do whatever, wear whatever. It wasn't so controlling as the way that you hear cults are. So I hope you guys enjoyed that Get Ready With Me while I answered some of those questions. If you have any more questions, let me know. If you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you guys for watching.